It is Thursday, April 2nd, and today's coronavirus updates include a very special delivery from New England's favorite football team, and a weekly event that encourages us all to give a round of applause to those on the front lines of this pandemic. Some people are under the impression that the coronavirus is only truly deadly to elderly victims, but it's deadly to people of all ages. A 7-week-old baby girl in Connecticut died from coronavirus late last week, and a 31-year-old man in Boston died on Sunday. And that's just another reminder to stay home for the safety of people of all ages. A record 6.6 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week, a devastating new record and more than double the 3.28 million that applied the week before. Economists say the actual number may be much higher since many applicants had trouble filing a claim. MarketBasket has started their new social distancing and safety protocols in all their stores. All MarketBasket locations will reduce the number of customers in the stores at any given time. Only one entrance and exit will be available for customers to use, and each shopper will be greeted by an associate who will clean and sanitize a carriage for them. We all want to get out of the house, but golfers in New Hampshire are taking it to the next level. Thousands of golfers have signed a Change.org petition called Let New Hampshire Golf to urge lawmakers to allow golfers back on the greens. Supporters say that they can play while respecting social distancing, but Governor Chris Sununu said that since nearby states have closed their public areas, opening golf courses would lead to a flood of out-of-staters coming in. Now, we can't shake the hands of the many brave men and women on the front lines of this outbreak, but we can give them a round of applause. Clap Because We Care is being held across the country every Friday at 7 p.m. and we'll have people give a round of applause out their windows for the healthcare workers, essential employees, and volunteers helping us all through this crisis. The Patriots team plane is delivering over 1 million masks for frontline workers in Massachusetts from China. The plane, owned by New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, is truly embodying the team spirit of no days off. Maintaining a career, family, and passion is tough for any parent, but now we gotta do it all while stuck inside. Dan Russo in Boston is a father, teacher at Boston College High, and a musician who's had to adapt to a world of social distancing. I caught up with him to see how he's keeping it all together.
So here we go.
Everybody's had to make adjustments in so many areas, but as a teacher, what's the work from home experience been like?
So I feel like there's a lot of really good things and a lot of drawbacks. I'm trying to remain balanced at least a little bit. So as you can see behind my head, I have my schedule, which is awesome because the way BC High has it set up is they have us actually in class. I mean, they're not 40-minute classes; they're shorter. They're 25-minute classes. Mm-hmm. But we actually have, a regular school schedule, and, the kids log in at 8:30 in the morning, and they're in class until about 12:15. So I teach 7th and 8th grade mostly, and on Zoom they have that mute button.
Yep.
Which is wonderful. At the same time as it's kind of like, oh no, I have to mute you. But
yeah. We wish you had a real life mute button for some people. Just be like, all right, boom.
But on the other hand, I'm always anxious as, the kids are sitting here on like, on their phone or whatever,
right.
And so that part makes me a little anxious, a little nervous. I had class this morning, and I think at least one kid was kind of half paying attention.
They're playing Fortnite at the same time. They're like, yeah,
right.
Yeah, cool. You're home with the family.
Yep.
And you're teaching, and you're doing your music. I saw some of your videos. How are you juggling all is it harder? Is it easier to juggle these multiple elements in your life?
My wife is super supportive. She's amazing. She has done a ton with she's waving at me now. She's done
I'll wave to her back.
She has done a ton of the homeschooling with our son to kind of like keep him at least a little bit on track. And I help when I'm not at school,
right.
But she's done a whole lot of that stuff, but a lot of the other things I feel like kind of fall into place,
right?
Like for instance, I played a show yesterday morning. What am I doing Sunday morning if we have to stay home? Nothing really. I mean, can't go to brunch, can't go anywhere else. And I was just talking this morning. I've been calling and texting so many more people than I usually do.
Is it crazy?
And it feels like everybody is reaching out to stay in touch more because they aren't in touch regularly. Does that make sense?
It does, because in a way, it's almost like, you're living your life, you're so busy, and you're like, yeah, I'll get in touch with that friend later. But now, because everybody's at home, I almost feel like I'm getting in touch with my friends more.
I'm texting friends of mine from high school, and it's like, I haven't talked to you guys in a year. This is so cool.
In a way, it's bringing us together. It's kind of tearing us apart, but bringing us together in a weird way. I mean, that's the positive way to look at it. It's interesting because, right now, musicians, they had the tools, and they do like, hey, here's me rehearsing, here's me doing performance, but everybody's like, oh yeah, I'll just see you live, or I'll just do something else. Now, people are actively looking for ways to kind of feel normal.
I played a show that was promoted by a guy who promotes shows in Manchester, in England.
Yep.
And there was at one point, there was 700 people watching, and I'm like, I've never played to 700 people in my life.
This is great.
This is kind of amazing.
Yeah, the introverts are coming out now. Like, the introverts don't usually go to shows, and now they're on the computer. Like, they like music too,
Absolutely.
This is the introverts' time to shine,
Right.
And, I know you probably have a lot of creative friends, probably a lot of friends in the arts and performing communities. Obviously this is a tough time for them because that's usually how they make their money and how they're, looking to kind of get out there. But, what's the general sense? How can we help people in the creative and music community right now?
Well, I always feel like it's so interesting where people who are creative and really supportive of the community go to each other's shows all the time.
Right.
And so that same $25 keeps just changing hands back and forth, to a certain extent. But what's happening now, which is really amazing, I know that I've done it to a smaller scale, and there have been a lot of people who are doing it to a much bigger scale, is where people will say, okay, here's my Venmo or my PayPal. All of my tips today are going towards this venue, or all of my tips today are going towards this community space. And it's really, really neat and really cool. People are really looking for ways to help each other out, which is really, really cool.
You guys are hilarious. This is great.